What's up, you data-hungry Amazon sellers? This is your host, Tommy Berenger of the Sell, Rank, Win podcast from Merchant Words. And in this podcast, we give you the answers to your most burning questions, actionable insights that you can take away and implement into your business today. So let's go ahead and dive right into today's episode. What do you say? Let's go. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Sell, Rank, Win podcast from Merchant Words. I'm your host, Tommy Berenger, and my next guest is a very special guest, as always. He has been selling on Amazon since 2012 and is currently a seven-figure Amazon seller himself. He also is the founder of WA Academy, which has over 2,000 students all over the world. Without further ado, I'd like to introduce you to Willie Lin. How are you today, Willie?
I'm fine. Thank you, Tommy, for the introduction.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your day and coming on with us over here at the Sell, Rank, Win podcast. I know you're a very, very busy guy, so just want to appreciate your time. Just wanted to let you know that.
Thank you so much for having me here.
Absolutely. So where are you abouts in the world?
Yeah, I'm in Singapore, and I'm from Singapore, so I'm here. Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, no, it's very cool. I like our guests to know where, our listeners to know where our guests are in the world. Is very cool to understand that and give a different perspective from all over the world, as I do when I like to bring on guests from different parts of the world and give that different perspective. It is always good. So Willie, if you can go in a bit and tell us your story on how you got started selling on Amazon.
Right. So, I used to be an army career soldier in Singapore Armed Forces. I took a scholarship, right, to actually help me through with polytechnic here. But unfortunately, I broke bond and I have to serve my contract obligation with the Singapore Armed Forces for at least about 6 years, right? So literally, I'm paying a major debt to the Singapore government, right? Because I broke the scholarship. So after which I served 6 years and I left the armed forces with no qualification because I broke the scholarship bond right in the first place. And after which I left the forces and I got into insurance, right? So I'm selling insurance, but I got into debts because I love to buy things to impress people that I don't know. So I used to buy watches like, Rolex, IWC, because at the point of time I was doing pretty okay in insurance. But the thing is that I got into a six-figures debt, a $300,000 of debt, right? Because I buy this kind of stuff, right, on credit, on cash advance, and all this kind of stuff. So at the point of time, I want to survive because based on the commissions that I have from insurance is not enough for me to survive. So I started to sell some stuff. So I started to actually, drop ship on eBay. So I used to be a eBay dropshipper in 2012, during the early part of 2012. And eventually I realized that, hey, when I drop ship the products on eBay, I got the products from Amazon. So I was thinking maybe I go onto Amazon and become the supplier to eBay sellers, right? So after that, I change and, I go on to Amazon to become a seller. And they saw success. My friends saw the change in my life. So I used to borrow money from my friends, right? I used to tell them that, hey, can you actually borrow, lend me some money? I'm poor this month, even though I'm earning like 7,000-8,000 a month, but I'm poor, right? I don't have. And after that, when I started my Amazon journey, start to do private label and all that, then my friends saw that, hey, Willie have some kind of change. He seems to be very humbled down. He's able to manage his money. They asked me, what is my secret, right? How do I actually change my life around? So I told them that, hey, do you know that, I paid off my debt, my $300,000 worth of debt in cash to the bank. So literally, wow. I walked to the bank. Yeah, so I walked to the bank, Citibank, ANZ, and told them that, hey, I would like to pay off my debt in cash. So I took the cash from my Amazon business, right? And I paid everything off. So my friends know about this. They are like, hey, can you teach me on how to sell on Amazon? Because, I myself has some kind of financial issues and all that. So I said, sure, no problem. I'll teach you. And from there, my friends start to quit their job. Right? They quit their job. Yeah, and their friends said, "What? You quit your job? How the hell you do that?" Right? Because right now it's like in the middle of financial crunch and all that. So they are like, "Oh, because I start to sell on Amazon." They are like, "What? You can sell stuff on Amazon?" Because a lot of my friends in Singapore, right? They don't know that they can sell stuff on Amazon.
And what year was
Right.
this?
That's in 2012. No, sorry,
Oh,
2012, 2013. I think it's early 2003. Yeah.
wow, super early.
Yeah, super early. And at the point of time, they say that, hey, I have a friend who is actually doing this business. Do you want me to contact him to see how to teach you? And at a point of time, I'm doing like 4 or 5 figures only, right? 4 or 5 figures. Because at the point of time, right, at the start of the business in 2016-ish, I sold off my first brand, right? To a tune of six figures itself. So that managed to clear the rest of my debts, all in total, right?
Nice.
So yeah. So this is how I started the Y Academy. So sorry, just now I want to correct myself, right? So sorry for that. So I started in 2012. I cleared off all my debts in 2016 when I exit the brand, and my friend came to find me in 2015. So sorry about that.
No worries at all. That's very, very cool. Wow. I don't think I've heard a story like this from anybody who started selling on Amazon. That's amazing. So, and I wanted to know, in Singapore, is it required to enter the military? I think like in Israel, you have to serve a certain amount of time in the military. Is it required in Singapore as well?
Yeah. So it's required that you serve the military, right? When you're 18 years old, all able males have to serve.
Interesting. Okay, so yeah, lots of stuff there. So now you're selling on Amazon. You're not just selling on Amazon. You're a 7-figure seller on Amazon, and you have your own students, over 2,000 all over the world, which is very cool. So tell us a bit about your school, WA Academy, and WA is spelled WAH for everybody out there. So tell us a bit about your school, and what do you do? How do you help your students sell on Amazon?
Yeah, so our academy, our school, right? We actually coach our students on how to have a massively profitable business on Amazon. At the same time, we do not depend on Amazon for our livelihood, right? So what do I mean by that? Is that later I'm going to talk about we actually use a very interesting strategy. We use an organic strategy to actually sell our products on Amazon, and especially during the fourth quarter of the year when the PPC costs are going to be much higher, and our students will actually work with this kind of organic strategies to actually continue their profits from there, and they got a much wider profit margin from there versus running PPC, right? So this is how we coach our students at WA Academy. WA Academy is pretty unique right now because the students have to get on, or rather the prospects, those people that want to join WA Academy, right? They have to book a strategy call with us to see if they are a good fit for our coaching program. So we don't have a course per se. We have a coaching program where we conduct group coaching call every week to see how to actually to help our students to overcome the problems. If it's a group call, and of course, we have our own Facebook groups and all that. But the thing is that those students, right, when they book a strategy call, they are, if they are interested, we have to interview them. So during the strategy call, we interview them. And unfortunately, right, over here at WA Academy, we actually pick and choose our students. So it's kind of like, it's an opposite of what everybody's doing, right? So over here, our acceptance rate is only 3%.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So this is how we work with those students, right? That we think that they are like our successful students. So we actually produce a lot of 7-figure sellers, 6-figure sellers, per year profit. So this 7 figures, 6 figures, we're talking about profits, right? So these students, right, are based on selection. So during the strategy call process, we'll interview them, we'll see whether they are a good fit. Then we invite them to the program. Yeah.
Very cool. Very cool. So this organic selling strategy, we spoke about this earlier or the other week, and it really intrigued me. So if you can explain how in the heck do you get these numbers without using any Amazon sponsored ads?
All right. So I've been doing that since since 2001. No, sorry, 5 years ago. So that's 2006, right? 2006. So at the point of time, I was pretty frustrated with running PPC at the point of time because due to whenever my listing got suspended due to unknown reasons, I can't run PPC, right?
Yeah.
Or rather, whenever there's PPC issues, I can't run it. So after that, right, eventually I was, just a little backstory. So I was at a point of time, many years back, I was stuck with like 5,000 knife sharpeners, right? 5,000 knife sharpeners that I can't sell, that I have no way to sell via PPC because I have no money ready at a point of time, right? So I have this problem, and the thing is that I was wondering how to sell this product, right? What should I do? Should I run Facebook ads or what? Because at the point of time, it's just a money crunch, right? So in the end, I go to YouTube, right, and look for those people who uses the knife sharpener, right? So I look for people who uses them. That means people like chefs, housewives, those people who actually make recipes on YouTube, and I approach them and ask them, do you want to actually get a sample of my product? And if you love my product, can you help me tell the whole world on your YouTube channel? And that will greatly help my small family business. Right?
Awesome. So very smart. So you had 5,000 knife sharpeners, and you're like, what the heck do I do with this? So you said, I'm going to reach out to these influencers on YouTube, possibly Instagram, and try to have them tell the world how great my knife sharpener is, obviously, if they liked it. So now, what do you have to pay for these influencers? Like, how does that work? Are you is that part of your budget, or how does that work, and how does that create sales? If you can kind of go into that to let our audience know a bit about that.
Sure. So I didn't pay them, right? So at the point of time, I don't really have the money to pay them because when I send out the knife sharpeners via MCF, multi-channel fulfillment, right? So I have to pay the multi-channel fulfillment like $6, and it cost me $6 to actually send it over, right? So I don't have additional money to pay them. So for those influencers that request payment, I'll skip them. Right, I'll skip them. So I'll work with those influencers that are willing to work with me to help me overcome my problems. But of course, I don't tell them that, hey, I got 5,000 knife sharpeners, right? So I tell them that, hey, I really want to actually value add to you by giving you a sample. And if you think that, this can actually, value add to your channel, to your content, then, you can actually help me to tell the whole world, right? Because right now I'm just a small family business. So when we actually send one, okay, we have like, at the point of time, we have like 10, 20 sales, right? From one shout out on this person's Instagram account. And the third time that we send to the third influencer, right? She actually helped me to sell 800 units.
Wow.
Pure profit, no discount. Yeah.
That's how to do it right there. So, these influencers, obviously the ones that you have to pay, probably have a huge community of followers. So you're going after these nano influencers. How many followers do they have? And then also, how many do you use at a time in order to push traffic over to your Amazon listing? Or if you, I don't know if you push traffic directly to the Amazon listing or to a landing page, but how many, the first question, sorry, going back to that, how many do you use at a time for one product launch?
All right. So at the point of time when I first started, I don't know because I want to sell my 5,000 knife sharpeners, right? So
Right.
I want to reach out to as many as possible to sell finish, to sell my 5,000 units out, right?
Mhm.
So in the end, right, I realized that, hey, actually I can have a calculation in regards to this, right? So first thing first, for Nano Influencers, for my side, is like, 500, 800 followers, right? This kind of range. When I first started, the 800, the YouTuber who actually sold 800 of my knife sharpeners in one shout out on her YouTube channel, right? That YouTuber has around 1,200 followers,
Wow.
subscribers, right? Yeah. So it's a highly engaged
Yes.
YouTuber. So I don't know about that. At a point of time, I just need some sales, maybe 20, 10,
Mhm.
800, right? Within one day. I was like, my goodness, right? So
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah. And the conversion at a point of time, right, is more than 60%. So when I go
Oh
into
my
my
God.
business report and I click on details, page by sales, by sales, what do you call
Mhm.
that? Sorry, on the kind of
Attribution?
yeah. So I go and see my traffic like sessions and the unit session percentage, right? Which is
Yeah,
the
the unique
conversion
session.
itself.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Yeah. So I see my conversion is like 60%.
Dang,
I was like,
that is
wow.
craziness.
Yeah.
Wow. And then you want to have your that unique session percentage up above, like having it up above like 20 is great. You had that at 60. That's pretty crazy.
60, yeah, because the sessions, right, that come into my listing is highly, highly targeted. All right.
Yeah.
So yeah, so eventually, right, I realized that, hey, if I'm looking for a profit of $10,000 a month, right? So I did some kind of some kind of formula, right? So, okay, let's say we take 60% conversion as something that's very targeted, but when you first started out your Amazon business, nobody know about your product, and you're the first time you're reaching out to influencers and you don't know what to do, right? Normally the conversion rate is like 5%,
Hmm.
6% ish, right? So let's take 5% as an extreme example, right? So with $10,000 profit, because just like you mentioned that, how many nano influencers should we look for that one product I'm selling? All right. So if you're aiming for $10,000 profit, okay, with $10 profit per unit, you need to sell 1,000 units a month,
Hmm.
right? And with 5% conversion, because this is the first time you're looking out for influencers, you're reaching out, you're reaching out email, your outreach email is sorry, I don't know whether I can say that in a podcast, but it's crap. Right?
No worries.
Okay. So it's like
Yeah.
5% conversion, right?
Yeah.
So when you have 5% conversion, right? How many clicks, how many sessions do you need to have per month in your coming to your listing? You need 20,000 sessions,
Yep.
all right, to make that $10,000 of profit. So if one influencer can give you 10 sessions a day, 10 sessions, 10 low sessions, okay, per day for 30 days, that means you have 300 sessions per month. You will need 67 influencers to make your first $10,000 of profit. And having said that, that means your product conversion is only 5%, 5 pathetic percent,
Yeah.
right? And the influencer only give you 10 sessions a day, right? Which is
Very
pretty
low.
pathetic. Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you can reach like 20% conversion, okay, let's talk about conversion. And your influencer is still giving like 10%. No, it's 10 sessions a day, right? So if the conversion is higher, because influencer marketing is like, normally it's like minimally is 20%, then you need 5,000 sessions and you just need 17 to 20 influencers, solid ones, and you will make your first $10,000 in profit, and consistently after that, because you're going to work with this 17 to 20 solid influencers every month with new campaigns, with new contests, and all this kind of stuff.
Got it. So these 17, these roughly, 17 influencers, 17 to 20, 25, whatever it is. Now, after doing the outreach of finding them, how many do you have to sift through until you find the magic nano influencers? I'm going to say that. I'm going to coin that term now. So you could use it if you want, but the magic nano influencers, because like you said, not all of them are going to give you traffic back to your listing, and maybe their audience isn't as engaged. So how long does it take for you to find those magic 17?
Yeah, so at the point of time, it like takes me a couple of weeks, like 3, right? So I work hard on my business when you have like 5,000 knife sharpeners, eating into your long-term storage fees, right? So I work extremely hard every day, and for every 20, and that at the point of time, right, is the first time that I reach out to influencers. That's the first time, and for every 20 influencers, only one reply. Only one reply, all right, based on my pathetic script at the point of time. Okay. And nowadays, it's like out of 5, 2 will reply, like 40% conversion. Right?
And now to do that at scale, you must have VAs doing the outreach to these influencers, to the nano influencers.
Yes, correct.
Okay. Got it. Mm-hmm. Awesome. Yeah. So, I mean, that is, so you guys don't, you use 0 sponsored ads. Just want to get that 0 sponsored ads.
0. And what's the best of this, right, is that when you work with nano influencers, when you work with sometimes, or rather, nowadays, like 50%, we work with reporters also, right? And I remember about 2 years ago, we got featured on BuzzFeed, right? Oh, wow. BuzzFeed for one of the Father's Day's gift guide. So those people, right, they are always looking for, what is the top products to actually be featured on their gift guide, Mother's Day gift guide, this kind of stuff. And a lot of people will actually search for this kind of gift guide during Christmas, or, recently we have this, 4th of July, right, gift guide for 4th of July and all this kind of stuff. So we got featured on BuzzFeed for, 2 years back, that Father's Day gift guide. So that give us massive sales. I think we sold like 2,000 units one shot. Wow. Like, wow, yeah.
Nice. Amazing. And now what I also want to understand is, where do you direct the traffic to from how does that look? Is there a link in the description of their YouTube video, on their Instagram page? And then where does that link take them? Is there kind of like a buffer kind of to qualify them, a landing page, or does it go directly to the Amazon listing or store?
Yeah, so we provide them a bit.ly link, the link shortener that can track traffic, right, on their YouTube channel, right? Whenever they have a new content, then the link will be there. So their viewers, right, they can go and click on the link itself to go to our Amazon listing direct. For advanced sellers, you can actually bring them to your landing page where you can collect email. Then you can give them like maybe 10% off, 5% off, and they can go to your Amazon listing after that to purchase, right? So, for new sellers or for listeners who are new to this, it's advisable to go direct into Amazon to see the sessions and to actually get sales immediately, right? So this is what we want to do, to get sales.
Awesome. Now, can you go into a bit more on the tracking, on how you track these sales from the outside traffic?
I'll get my influencers to post my tracking link, like, bit.ly, bit.ly on their social media, or any tracking link will do. All right. So YouTube will be on their video description whenever they post my products on their channel. Facebook will be in their post. Instagram and TikTok will be in their bio where they have micro landing page for all their links, including yours. And once they post the tracking links along with the posts that feature my product, I'll see if there's any clicks on the links itself. So what you can do from there, right, is to go to your Amazon business report to check if there's any sudden increase in sessions and if the influencer or content creator is able to generate traffic for you. Either the bit.ly link or sessions will have some kind of indication of additional traffic. So as for the sales part, I prefer to let them use a different discount code. So let's say, for example, influencer 1 will be 11% off, influencer 2 will be 12% off, for example. But to prevent any miscommunication, I'll space them out to find out which influencers give me sales. So for week 1 will be influencer 1 and week 2 will be influencer number 2. And I can also pair them up if I've been working with them for quite some time. So both can be together in 1 week and have the 11% discount code. So basically the main thing is that you want to track, are there a surge of traffic coming into a listing? So if there's no increase in traffic, there will be no sales because traffic comes first, then sales.
Yeah, that's some very interesting stuff. And I mean, that's like, I think the new algorithm now, it weights heavy on sending traffic, outside traffic to the listing as well. So you always get rewarded more for that, even more than some people are saying the actual internal sponsored ads. So this strategy is straight gold, right here, reaching out to those nano influencers and, whatever the magic number is, like we said, or what you said was like 17 or so, and then get them over to the listing, and then hopefully that conversion will happen. I mean, you said that conversion rate was like above 60%, something like that. That was insane.
Yeah.
But yeah, very cool stuff. Very cool stuff, Willie. So we're going to go ahead. We like to keep these podcasts short and sweet. And you've provided a lot of value for our listeners. But if they want anything more, where can the listeners reach out to you?
Yeah, they can, add me as friend on Facebook. So you can search for me, Willie Lin Wah Academy, and you'll see a guy with a yellow background. Right, that's me. If not, you'll be on Instagram. You can search for the Wah Academy. We have our own YouTube channel also, DY Academy also, where we talk about influencer marketing, right? So yeah, these are the three channels. Yeah.
Very, very cool. And I forgot to ask this question. I also always have our guests give our listeners a bit of advice that they can take away and implement either into their business or into their lives. So do you have something that you can tell our listeners that will help them?
Yeah. So, after hearing the story, right, that I have, and after hearing, like 60% conversion, and you look for X number of influencers and all that, it takes time. It's not about, sending outreach emails and you expect that they will work with you immediately, because working with influencers, right, is pretty dynamic. You must really know how to work with human beings. It's not like just push buttons on PPC and you will bid and this kind of stuff, right? It's not about fix, up, down, this kind of strategies on PPC, right? So on influencer marketing, the major tip is to give value, right, to the influencer, to the content creator, right? And they'll give massive value to you. They'll give you what you want, right? So in entrepreneurship, we are always talking about giving value to the world. When you give more value, you will earn, you'll really, really reach your target. You'll really reach your profit, right? So give value to, if you want to sell your products, give value to the content creators that you're going to work with. Give value.
Absolutely. Totally agree. Number one, I got out of that, be patient, and then also provide value for, like you said, your content creator, and then provide value to your people. You're the people who you're selling this stuff to. So, I mean, it works all ways, and then it'll come back to you, right? So, yes. But Willie, I want to thank you so much for coming on the podcast with us today and taking the time out of your day to spend with us. And yeah, man, I think this is some really, really good stuff. Our audience is going to love it. But thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me again, Tommy.
Absolutely, Willie. Talk to you soon.
Talk to you.
All right. Bye. All right. Thank you guys so much for listening. And if you got any value out of this podcast at all, please let us know at the place that you listen to it at, whether it be iTunes, Stitcher, whatever it is. Give us some love, give us an awesome review, and let us know maybe some things you want us to talk about on the next podcast. Until next time, guys, stay awesome and be awesome.